Hello, I am Darian Aaron, editor of Living Out Loud with Darian, and you are watching 3LW TV.
Who's on this week? New York, LA, Chi-Town, DC, Atlanta, Miami. They know the T and Albany and New Orleans and Tennessee. Come sing with me. They're watching 3LW TV. Come watch with me.
Welcome to 3LW TV. I'm Lonnell Williams, hanging out in my hometown of Atlanta, Georgia, with my special guest, who's no stranger to 3LW TV, but is incredibly fierce, incredibly ferocious, and just someone who is actually almost responsible for my even creating all this madness, because you were such a great influence.
Please go on.
Also loves Janet Jackson like I do. Very well spoken. The latest thing he's adding to his repertoire, in addition to that extremely popular blog, LOL Darian, is a new book. So please welcome to 3LW TV once again, the one and only Mr. Darian Aaron.
Hey, Lonnell, thank you for having me.
Oh, it's always a pleasure. Thank you. So we have, it's been at least a year since you've been on.
Longer, I think,
longer,
too,
I believe
yeah.
so. Yeah, it's been like almost 2 years.
Yeah.
Because I don't even think we had talked about Obama, but I think he had just become president.
Right.
So, and then you had some very interesting views. How do you feel about where he is now?
I'm still Team Obama. I will be voting for him in the next election because what's the alternative? A Republican that's anti-gay, anti-black? So I'll stick with Obama.
Well, I really wanted to get into talking about your brand new book, When Love Takes Over, a celebration of SGL colors of couples.
Couples, yes.
Look, looking at it, reading
It's a
it,
tongue
can't even read.
twister. It's a mouthful. That subtitle is a mouthful. I admit that, yes.
So it's very interesting because I'm working on also a video piece of couples, and I've been talking to different couples as well. And I'm like, well, where do I go to find, some of these people? Some of them reached out to me, and then all of a sudden here you come, and I'm like, well, of course I would go to Darian because he would know every damn thing. So first of all, just congratulations on just putting this together. Why?
Well, it began on my blog as a weekly series that I did called Coupled Up, where I showcased same-gender loving couples of color in long-term relationships. And the whole purpose behind that was to really give voice and visibility to those couples because we don't see them. We don't see them in the mainstream press. We don't even see them in the LGBT press. And I really wanted to provide a platform for those couples and for us to see healthy examples of black gay men in long-term relationships who are making it work, because we just don't see those images. And a lot of us tend to believe, well, from my experience from talking to other black gay men, that it's not possible, that a healthy long-term relationship with another black gay man is not attainable. And I wanted to show them examples and say, if this is something that you want, it is attainable, and here are 18 examples, 18 couples in my book who are making it happen.
When you got the idea and you started reaching out to them, how did you get the couples involved? Were they really receptive initially? Because many of the couples that I know are kind of reserved and not really out, being visible.
Yeah, actually they were. I was really lucky in that regard. A lot of my couples came to me via Facebook. They were my Facebook friends. I would just scour Facebook and looking for profile pictures of couples, and I would reach out to them, and 9 times out of 10 they all agreed to participate in the Coupled Up series, and they actually agreed to participate in the book as well. I only had one incident where a couple who had participated in the series reached out to me and said, can you please take it down? I'm getting some flack from members of my church, and it was actually a couple from the UK. So that was only that one time that I had someone come to me and say, please remove, our profile. But couples came to me because the series itself really took off online. So they saw it and they wanted to be a part of it, which was great. So I had couples that I had to turn down, actually.
We don't see those examples. So, we wouldn't even know that they really exist on a long-term level. Occasionally you might be, see your friend with his boo this week,
right.
And then, trick B the week after.
Right.
But so what would you say would be the recurring theme in these couples as the main component or ingredient for the success of their relationship, for sustaining the relationship?
Sustaining the relationship, I would definitely have to say communication. being first and foremost the important thing to maintaining a long-term relationship, and date nights. That's something all of the couples did on a regular basis. They continued to date each other. It wasn't just in the beginning of their relationship, okay, I know you were comfortable with each other now, let's settle in, let's buy a house, and have 2.5 kids. It's about continuing to date each other and falling in love every day, finding a new reason to love your partner.
That's giving the children hope.
Yes, that's what the book is about.
But that's really, well,
Yeah.
and it's really just showing that the examples really and truly are there. So what else are you working on?
Actually, right now I'm just promoting the book. I'm still undecided about whether or not the blog is going to continue. It will always be online. I doubt that I'll ever take it down, but as far as continuing to update it consistently, I'm not sure about that just yet, but I really want people to know that this book is out there and it's available. My dream is to have it on as many coffee tables in America as possible, because I just don't see anything else like it out there in the market.
Right.
So I think it's really important that we see these, healthy examples, and that our mothers and our fathers and our aunties and our cousins.
And our
Yeah.
church members who've given us flack.
Exactly. Right next to Ebony and Jet magazine on the coffee
Right.
table, I would like for that book to be there as well.
But you just said a moment ago that you don't know what's going to happen with
Right.
the blog. And you've been at this point before.
I have. I've actually shut down
And
the
you've
blog
shut it down.
before.
You've shut it down.
Yes.
So what? I mean, because a lot of people don't understand the work and the effort that
Mhm.
it takes to keep the blog going. But what is prompting that?
Well, I'm just in a different place in my life, and I'm a full-time student. I have a full-time job other than writing the blog, which is another full-time job, and I have a relationship that I have to make sure that I continue to nurture. So there's just not enough time in the day.
Maybe you could have some young talented writers syndicate and let them post and
That would
let
be
them
wonderful.
do it, and then it's still under your. I mean,
That's-
just food for thought.
Yeah, that would be wonderful, and I welcome that, and I've actually tried that before, but it hasn't always gone so well in the past.
Okay. Oops.
When people find out how much
Catch the
work,
shade.
yeah, I mean, seriously, when people find out how much work it is, it's more than just posting a video and writing one line.
Right.
At least that's not how I like to run my blog,
Right.
because I like to take my time and provide in-depth analysis when I write, so it's a little bit more than just posting a picture or a video.
See, and for me, and the only reason that I'm concerned is because it's like, oh, I can't imagine my world without LOL Darian. So
stop it.
it's like, no, it's got to continue. But I definitely understand, because I get the same thing also where when you're going to put up a new video, I put up one and the next day they're asking for a new one.
Yeah.
I was like, why don't you come over here and edit?
Right.
Like, nobody has a clue of what
They
the
have
effort that takes.
no idea what happens behind the scenes.
So I get that, even though I'm like, I don't want my world without LOL Darian.
Well, I stopped before, and then the whole Eddie Long scandal happened, and some other things in the LGBT world, and I had to come back. It's been my platform for the past 5.5 years. It's been a way for me to communicate with the community and communicate things that are important to me. So I'm grateful for that platform, and I'll always utilize it.
So any thoughts on the story that broke today from one of the spiritual sons down in Miami? What was he carrying drugs or something?
I have no words. I am so disappointed. Was busted in his brand new BMW that he purchased with his settlement money. I'm too through.
Niggas and flies, honey. But it's like, I don't know. I don't know. I just thought that was kind of wild.
Yeah.
Does that, you think, discredit the others or swing the pendulum back in the Bishop's favor?
No. Bishop's reputation will forever be tarnished. So he's got a long climb back to the top if he ever gets there. But I just think Jamal Paris is the guy that we're speaking of, just made a really dumb decision. It's a really dumb decision. And who knows, maybe there's some leftover scarring from the whole incident with Bishop Long. I still want to lay the blame at his feet. I still want to lay the blame at his feet because he abused his authority. So
Right,
Yeah.
So this could just be ramifications of from those actions, from that abusive
love it.
dick sucking allegedly.
A mess.
Tell me, why did you choose Shawn Michael and Damian for the cover?
That question keeps coming up.
Especially for DJ Baker.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Shade. Well, I have a special place in my heart for Damian and Shawn Michael. I was invited to their wedding, and the love that just radiates between them. I feel it, I see it, I have not spent a lot of time with them personally, so I really don't know, nor can I speak to what happens in their personal life. I know there's some people out there that may have some beef with Damian and Shawn Michael. I have seen nothing and heard nothing but great things about them. So I thought that they were a perfect representation of what my book is all about. And I just fell in love with that picture. For once, there's a cover with two black gay men in love who are clothed, who are embracing each other, who are proud of the fact that they are same-gender loving and they are together, and they're not naked. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but how many book covers do we have to see with totally naked men on there in order to sell books?
Right.
So it wasn't about sex for me. This book is not about sex, it's about love, it's about commitment, and that's what I wanted the reader to see when they looked at the cover.
So how did the couples deal with that kind of thing? I mean, basically, especially, I understand with Shawn Michael and Damian just because they are very public in the community, but all the couples aren't.
Yeah.
But how do they deal with the petty, jealous hoes that, you know, they want your man or they want to sleep with your man? And do they talk about that, or
Actually,
those external factors?
Actually, no, that's not something that we touched on in the book. But that's a really good question, because I'm sure they've all had to deal with that at some point. And one thing that I've noticed about black gay couples is that they tend to go underground when they get together. And I think that's the reason why we don't see so many of them, because I think they feel like they have to guard what they have from the messy hoes and the trifling sisters who are out, you know. So.
And the only reason I'll make this confession, the only reason that I asked that is because...
Have you slept with one of the couples?
Sure did.
I knew it.
Not
I knew it. Scandalous.
Just one of the couples.
Oh.
Not the
I think
the
I know.
couple.
I think I know too. I think you told me
I'm not.
a while
I'm just
back.
like-
Wait, let me wait.
You
wait.
will not.
Yes, I will. I'm going to. Right here.
No,
No?
thank God that's not it. No, it was
Oh,
not them. No.
breaking up
okay.
a happy home.
No, it was not. I'm
Okay.
not
So-
breaking up anything. I'm just going to move on. Yeah, see, I'm like, see, y'all all think I'm so perfect and innocent, and I'm
I
just
don't
like
think
everybody
that.
else. Honey.
I don't think that.
So I had to let the children know. But I just thought that was, and it was just,
Was it good?
it was good.
Okay, good. That's
was
all
good.
that matters then, right?
But it was just, yeah, that's him. It was just, yeah.
Ooh, a mess.
So we're trying to promote wholesome, but that's true. I'm not gonna say it would be hypocritical for me to sit up here and pretend like it didn't happen. But
FYI, I have not slept with anyone in my book.
good for you.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm not gonna edit that out. I'm gonna have the courage to actually leave that in the in there. But I just think, but really, that being said, it was what it was, and we were very honest and open about what was happening, and everybody understood. So
Okay.
it was what it was.
So there was no cheating.
You can call it whatever.
Okay.
But the dynamic must work in their relationship. They're still together and they're still flourishing.
Open relationships work for some people. I don't think it could ever work for me, but I understand how it could work for some people.
And again,
I do.
but also again, though, it was not an emotional thing. With
Right.
us. It was
You
purely
see,
a
I
physical
think that's the
thing.
difference.
There's a huge
Okay.
difference. There's a huge difference.
I get it. I get it.
Woo,
I won't be
Lord
entering
have
into
mercy.
one, but I get it. Yeah.
But I think that's key because people don't communicate that kind of stuff, and you
Right.
really need to know the type of individual that you're trying to form this union with, and what are the boundaries and what are the parameters of the relationship. And a lot of times we don't do that. We have some romanticized ideal in our head,
Right.
and then the next thing you know, you're either running down the driveway trying to dodge a car or a bullet, or
Yeah.
somebody trying to stab somebody.
So true.
If we could communicate and really understand and be open and honest from the beginning, I think it'd be something very, very different. So how's your love life these days?
My love life is great
Ah, and how come you're not featured in this book?
because the book is not about us. It's about these 18 couples, and we're not one of the couples. No.
Yeah, we figured that part out when we read it.
Okay, I'm just saying. No.
Do you think that you will make your relationship more visible as it progresses? As an example of.
I think so. We've only been together a year, so
Okay,
it's
so
still
it's
new.
new.
You know,
Okay.
we're still growing. We're still learning about each other. So, yeah, but he's pretty visible. You know, we're seen together out and about. We're online in different articles. There's an
At the
article in
Janet
the
Jackson
Georgia Voice.
concert.
Yeah, there's an article in the Georgia Voice right now, and our picture is up at the top. It's an article about the book, and it's he and I.
So what is the biggest lesson that you've learned from interviewing these people that you're taking into your own relationship?
Communication. communication is key. Without it, your relationship is going to fail. And that's something that my partner Joe and I are constantly working on. And it's a challenge because you have two totally different people coming together as one. And you're not always going to agree, but we've made a vow not to ever go to bed angry with each other. And we try our best not to.
And if you do you work the anger out in the bed before you go to sleep?
No. No. To know my husband is to know when he's upset, he's really upset and he really doesn't want to talk.
Okay.
Yeah. It'll go on for about 24 to 48 hours before he gets over it. I bounce back fairly quickly.
Okay.
Yeah. He internalizes it. He internalizes things.
That is just so
Yeah.
amazing. Well, now, did any of these people, I don't know if they talk about how they met, but sometimes people don't want to have the online dating profiles because you're not going to meet anybody on BGC or A.
They do. And one of my couples actually met on A4A and they've been together for about 5 years now.
How about that?
Yeah.
So again, it's back to the person.
Yep.
Because you get shady hoes approaching you on Facebook.
Mhm.
Hello. Or in the Peewee church sliding your number, writing a number in the box. A kid wrote this number in my Bible.
Shut up.
Right, Atlanta child.
That has
Okay.
never happened to me. I've
That
heard
has
stories.
happened to me. And I won't call out that Baptist institution out in Decatur, Georgia by name, because that would not be right. That would be shady.
New Birth?
I'm not, actually, no, that's Lithonia.
Oh,
This
that's
is
right.
another, yeah.
Okay.
But no, I was there and sitting next to the guy, and then they have at the end where they have a thing where you hold hands and
Yeah.
pray.
Mhm.
So he takes his hand and then
Does
our
he do
hands are
this?
palm, and then he takes it and does like this, and then starts rubbing my thumb with his thumb. I was like, child,
Jesus, be offense.
get behind thee, Satan. I mean, all the way behind, like way over there. It's just been, it's been interesting. But I am so proud of you, and I am just honored that you really took on this. And 3LWTV, we're going to take it and promote it and continue to
I
expose
appreciate
those type
that.
of
Thank
images
you.
as well, because this is phenomenal. We do need to see these examples. And nobody's broken up since the printing, have they?
No.
Okay.
Everybody's still together, to my knowledge, no.
Okay.
No.
It's like, oh, good. So yeah, and if that happened, well, I mean, at this point, the book is out.
Yeah,
so
it's out,
That's
so.
your history, and if you don't like that motherfucker,
And that's a part of life. It happens. Just
Right.
like we get together, people break up. Sometimes things don't work out.
Did they talk about like paperwork and the importance of? We've been talking a lot about marriage equality,
Mhm.
but really having your paperwork in order.
Definitely. Yeah, I have quite a few couples in the book who are either legally married or they're in a domestic partnership. And that all depends on which state you live in, because we don't have equality across the board in all 50 states. But they do talk about the importance of making sure you have your house in order, just in case, you never know what can happen.
And so, what do you think? Speaking of marriage equality, of the recent passing in New York?
I'm thrilled. And I've been working on Joe, trying to get him to move back to New York for the past 6 months, just because I love New York and I've always said that I eventually want to move back.
Right.
But we'll see what happens. Because I know Georgia will probably be one of the last states. Right.
Yeah, like Atlanta's, and that's one thing I think a lot of people don't understand about Atlanta's wonderful, and there's especially a huge African American gay presence here. But politically, this is still Georgia.
It's still Georgia.
This
It's
is
still
still
the
the
South.
South, the
Yeah.
SOUF, and it is still backwards and fucked up.
Yeah. It's easy to forget that when you're down on 10th Street in Piedmont,
Right.
in the middle of the neighborhood. But it's still backwards.
But
Yeah.
it's still, there's a lot. Maybe I shouldn't say it's backwards. There's still a lot of opportunity.
That's it. That sounds better. There's a lot of opportunity for change and growth and
Right.
education, Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. And maybe he'll sign. Now, he came to our panel discussion with Terrence Dean the other night here in Atlanta and was going to sign my book. And then when I got done, I was looking around for Darian. There was nothing but dust. So,
Wait a minute.
would you be so kind?
Yes, something's telling me I have a pen in my pocket just for your book. I will sign your book.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So please, I have a link down below where you can purchase. Can they do it on Amazon also?
Yes, you can order the book on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Borders.com.
So on the 3LWTV.com, there's the Amazon carousel there, which has the books, and it'll be listed there as well. Oh, he brought a pen with no
is
ink.
out.
Child.
Oops, sorry.
I'm on CP time. He ain't got a pen that doesn't write. But continued success. And please make sure you purchase the book and really support this, because this is the only way we're going to get more books out there like this. Don't write Darian asking him to send you a copy. Send him a damn check. Thank you. So that's all I've got to say on that. But I wish you continued success.
Thank you, Lonnell.
And I thank you all for supporting 3LWTV. You know I love you. Be sure to check out the new Pillow Talk episodes on glowtvnetwork.com. I'm Lonnell Williams, always standing your light.